Hey everyone. I'll try and talk a little soft. I'm recording this slightly on the later side. This is another week I'm going to be going from the devotionals that I've been going through. Uh, the idea behind this one is kind of an amalgamation of a couple of them from this last week because they're daily, so I can't just hit every single one of them in a given week if I'm only doing one video a week. The first section is in 2 Corinthians. It's a popular section for our church lately. Mostly just because I've been pulling from it a couple times and Pastor Wade went through it. But so, yeah. So, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1 through 4. Working together with him, then, we appeal to you not to receive the grace of God in vain. For he says, in a favorable time I listened to you, and in the day of salvation I've helped you. Behold, now is the favorable time. Favorable time. Is that word right? Behold, now is the day of salvation. We put no obstacle in anyone's way, so that no fault may be found with our ministry. But as servants of God, we commend ourselves in every way. Great endurance in affliction, hardships, calamities. That's what the verse ends, and for the next 5 verses, I'm going through a list of more things that we go through. And certainly a lot. But so, what's it getting at? So, kind of the takeaway I see is seek grace now. The Lord's Prayer touches on this when we ask for our daily bread. We're not looking for bread for the week. We're not looking for bread for the month. We're giving grace yesterday. We had our daily bread yesterday, but that's not going to sustain us today. That was for yesterday. We need to be seeking God every day. If you felt saved yesterday, does that mean you can just walk away from God today? It can be easy to find ourselves trying to handle things on our own. I know we're all independent people, but you could think, God just helped me with this big thing. He helped me with this exam. He helped me get a good job. But that doesn't mean you don't need to ask him for the next thing. It's not like he's too busy for you. Nothing is too small to bother him about. Never think that, he helped me with his last thing, so I got this. I'll give God a break. Which, sounds silly when you put it like that. I know I've been in that boat. I've never thought those exact words, but I think that's kind of what it gets to. I'll tell myself, there's so many things going on in the world. There's people that have so much worse than I do. So why am I trying to take attention away from that from God? But that's not how God works. He's there to lift you, guide you, as long as you continue to follow him. And even if you're not following him, he's still loving you when he created you. He still wants you to find that right path. Pastor Wade mentioned yesterday, kind of along the same line, that God he loved us so much that while we were still sinning against him, he sent his son to die for us. So if he is willing to do that, which is one of the biggest things you can do, why would he hold back anything else? If he's willing to sacrifice his own son, it's 5 minutes during your day, too much for him. And that's something that, again, when you put it in that way, I feel like it's easier to kind of think, oh, well, obviously, I guess that's fine. But when you kind of don't think about it that way, you're just kind of are thinking that this is small, I don't need God for this, I can handle it. It's just us trying to be kind of selfish and take control of our lives when we've already given our lives to God. So kind of wrapping all things back in. Tomorrow isn't the time to seek the Lord. Next week isn't the time to seek the Lord. Now is the time to seek the Lord. Because if you keep saying, do this tomorrow, I know it's like a homework analogy. I've seen these in memes and stuff also. Like you're showing stuff. I'll start my homework at 7. Well, now it's 7:05. I'll start it at 9, and it just keeps getting pushed back, and then you just don't do it. Which I also have done plenty of times. But do that's an irrelevant part. Uh, but just don't keep looking for an excuse to seek God, to seek grace. Just the time is now. The time will always be now. Like Paul was saying, now is the favorable time. Like people say, I listen to you in a favorable time, uh, but now is the time. Don't look for better time because now is a good time. I'm going to keep talking in a circle, so I'm just going to cut it there. Copy what Ben does sometimes on finger guns. I'm not sure if he's going to see this. We'll see if he sees this. If he comments to me, then I'll